so that provincial people will be able to avail of them. Like, where would you get the staff for this? Where would
Yeah,
you get
that's
enough
that's
people
another problem to have.
to make these facilities actually effective? Kaya if you're just gonna
Mm-hmm.
make a building, there's no point if there's no one in it who's going to be, as professional or as, effective at their job. It's not gonna really work like that. I mean, it's just gonna
Yep.
be a building, and it's gonna
Yeah.
cost a lot of money. It'll be a really bad investment, in my opinion.
Yeah, a very pretty building does not heal, but a very good
True.
doctor does.
True. And
Yeah.
also the equipment
Yeah, but
needed.
then yeah, again, I was just gonna say it works vice versa. A very good doctor still cannot heal if there's no very good equipment. You
Yeah.
know, if you give a doctor a stick, you're not gonna cure cancer with that.
A third account I have is kanang thankfully that the patient who got COVID, thankfully they know a lot of mga doctors and they have connections in the hospital so that they were uh, yeah, they were catered kanang easily ba. So imagine if a person who got COVID don't have connections, or let's just say taga Bukid ang nakakuha og kwan nakakuha og COVID, and then they don't know anyone, or
Yeah.
basically anyone, like anyone at all who who doesn't know anyone in the hospital. Yeah. What do you think, Niv and Adri, like about Connections Hospital? Because I know there are a lot of people here in Cebu, who has connections in the hospital, and there are also a lot who don't.
Mm.
What do you think about those who don't, Adri, Niv?
Hmm. I feel like it's unfair, especially example like your condition is like way worse, but then they prioritize those who have connections. And then it's like not as severe as your condition, you know?
Yeah. And they
Yeah.
get prioritized just cause they know the doctor.
Yeah. But I feel like everyone's also fighting for survival.
Yeah,
Like
I think
Yeah.
it's like you have an advantage if you have connections, like good for you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, pero like I think it's the prioritization jud of the hospital and the work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy. How about
Yeah.
you, Niv? What do you think? Is Niv still here?
I agree.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I lagged for a bit.
It's okay.
Okay.
um, what I think about, I do agree though with the prioritization problem though. Like, you, how do I say this? It's like, like your symptoms cannot be as severe, right? But the person who has that connections will be prioritized. So like, what if you die or something? What? So what would they do about that?
Yeah. I
Uh,
don't know. Um, aside from this is not COVID related, but like um uh when my dad was admitted in the hospital, I'll just divulge this. When my dad was admitted in the hospital, he was in a, I'm not sure. I think it was like public or like a government owned hospital, and then there were no beds. Like there were beds, there were people na lang in the hallways, and then
Gosh.
he had, good thing he had, there was a available bed, not a private room, but a shared na lang. Like those what you see in movies na. It's just a curtain that's
Yeah.
separating
Yeah.
you like that. So I had to stay in one of those. And then how about those people and those who don't have like legit rooms? Because imagine, like, y- you want to be treated, but it's that bad because there's no space. And then I don't know, because imagine there's so many buildings being built, and then there's no more space, like enough to make room for a newer hospital, or like a hospital with, like, at least the hospital could renovate, diba? To make
Yeah.
bigger space to accommodate more. But the thing is, if they put bigger space, the manpower. Because
Mm.
in reality, what you said in the previous episode na nurses opt to go to abroad, or doctors opt to practice abroad. So, unsa na lang mabilin diri? Because the pay is not good for the hard work they put out,
Yeah.
'di ba? I don't know. The whole world's unfair. It's very I don't know. How about you guys? What do you think?
It's unfair. It's unfair.
Yeah.
I wish it didn't work like this. I wish it didn't. I hate that we have to like close or come to an end to this episode with in on such a sad note. Pero it's the reality, my god, We're
Can I
we're
have
living.
a little short story? It's really quick. It's
Yeah.
really quick.
Sure,
When my
sure.
Yeah, go.
grandmother was released from hospital recently, yeah, she was doing okay now, so she was allowed to go home. My family didn't settle the payment when they left. Like the day when they came back,
Yikes.
my aunt told me, "Oh, we didn't pay baya." I was like trying to
Oh.
act shocked, but like thinking, wait, doesn't she have health insurance? No, she's too old. I was like thinking, hello, what's gonna happen? And like they said, oh, it's fine, it's fine. Like it looks like the hospital didn't really care or whatever. I was thinking like, is that really like not a problem? But then I also started thinking maybe because they were speaking such good language, English or something, like maybe they were able to like slip by without knowing. And maybe because she was an elderly person, and maybe like, okay, I heard from my aunt my grandmother was being quite uncooperative, not in like a really dangerous way, but more of just being stubborn and being hard-headed. And I
Oh.
just thought maybe, just
Oh.
maybe they wanted her to leave as quickly as possible. But she was really adamant about coming home. Yeah.
No.
We don't care if you pay, just get out. It's
Yeah.
kind of sad, man.
Yeah, we don't know what's the criteria. Because, oh, I remember now. Because when another person I know got COVID, they were, this was not pre, this was at the height of the COVID, the first variant. They were all stuck in that isolation area center where they put COVID patients. They were all stuck there together, like no social distancing and everything, no proper toilet. It's how can you heal in that place when, oh, I remember now, one person got the one I said that pneumonia and another a viral pneumonia and a infection type of pneumonia. I
Mm,
forgot what's that.
infection.
These two different pneumonias while having COVID. No, one was while having COVID and one was after they they were okay with COVID. So yeah, I get it. The hospital has viruses crawling all over, but could that be prevented? Diba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone could like contract pneumonia in like like a regular street. There's no way you can just contract it there.
Yeah, no, they got it. They got it from the hospital.
Mm,
Yeah.
it's like an eerie feeling. A place of healing has suddenly made you sick. Although
Yeah.
it's not really that rare. Some people get really, what's this? Oh, what's the name? Like really super bacteria something. Basta it resists anything antiviral or whatever. Like they can't even use anything against it. It's like it has to be isolated good. And it's really scary. Like it's like resistant to antibiotics. It was really scary, especially for hospitals. There's some that even are specific only to hospital areas. Like
Oh.
it's not new, but then like if you consider it's COVID and it's pneumonia, I'm pretty sure pneumonia is like, preventable. But then like with COVID around, it's no longer the biggest issue.
Yeah, because it hits the lungs. Both hit lungs.
Yeah.
And lungs are hard to treat, man. Really hard to treat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can only hope and believe that medical care will improve, not just for profit and for, I don't know, posturing or whatever, but in fact for the care of patients and pretty much the wellness of anyone involved, staff, patient, family, or anyone who isn't even going to be admitted to a hospital. It doesn't have to be someone already on the hospital bed or waiting for
Yeah.
one. We
And
just have to, you know, have faith
yeah.
in that.
One hope that I wish the hospitals would get is like all hospitals, either I know all public hospitals, because I know private hospitals have different procedures. All public hospitals would get at least complete medical equipment so that they can be immediately treated there, especially those hospitals in provinces, 'di ba?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes when you have to take certain scans or tests, they tell you to go to these other places and it's charged even more there, or at least the the transportation or travel time is like too stressful. It could even, what's this, be at a risk for the patient. I've
Yeah,
heard stories of that too.
yeah. But anyways, we've kept our episode as long as we can. Uh,
It
this
is the
is our
final.
last. It's the last, anyways.
We gotta make it last as much as we can.
Hopefully, you
Yeah.
listeners enjoyed listening to us. Sorry I had to end it in such a sad note because, yeah, the reality, the truth hurts and the truth is sad.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
true.
we just need to give more push on making it known to the world and making it, you know, how do you call that? What's a word? Recognized and
Mm-hmm.
actually being put into action, like do to do a change, if that makes sense. Does it make sense? But anyways, it has been great talking to you guys and talking for our listeners. Hopefully we can
Yeah.
do this again soon.
Hopefully.
I am Jazz Master and here with me are, go guys, say your names.
Tamir.
Cali.
Adri.
And
Yeah.
Yes, it was great talking about health.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll talk about another topic soon.
Yeah.
Okay guys, well thank you and bye.
Bye.